Good morning. How are you? I'm just a few minutes late, so sorry. Just trying to get used to all these Facebook changes that are happening. If you're joining me live, say hi. Drop me an emoji. It is 7:34 a.m. here in Australia, and I wanted to jump on. I have been doing a lot of, providing free support and content, particularly during these times when not everyone is able to feel as grounded, as stable, as connected to themselves. So, me showing up and providing that support is just my way of contributing more broadly to the community, and particularly for people that really need it at this point in time. I know that we are all stuck at home, and sometimes it can get a little bit overwhelming, particularly when we have our kids, pets, partners, and the whole family 24/7 stuck under the same room. It's not the same as being on holiday, is it? Because there are lots of things that you can't do at the moment, and that can really get to people. So before I start, I just wanted to give you a little bit of intro on who I am and what I do for those that are new. I am Kripa Khatri. I'm the founder of Being You, and I'm a transformational strategist and authenticity activator. So in simple terms, what does that mean? I help smart women to create love, wealth, and well-being. So if you're wondering, oh, okay, so what qualifies me to do that? I Many years ago, I went through a really nasty divorce, which left me on the streets of Melbourne with $0 in my bank account and nowhere to live. So I started from zero with no money, nowhere to live, to now six figures and also a beautiful home. And so that's where the wealth component comes in. But I also have, for many years, worked for the top 80% of my work life has focused on working with the top 25 Australian stock exchange listed companies. So I've worked with the top of the range companies in executive and senior leadership roles. So I have been in the roles of problem solving, coming up with strategy, and implementing improvement. So that's what qualifies me on the wealth. So I combine my own experience with my professional life, which is what I help my clients with. So a lot of the women that I'm helping at the moment are the ones that are done with the 9 to 5 grind and really looking to transition into something which is more fulfilling for them. And the other group of women are the ones that do still want to have that balance. So they don't want to throw the towel in just yet. So they want to keep the 9 to 5, but have more balance and be doing something more for themselves that nurtures and nourishes their soul. And on the love part, it is me being in a nasty divorce now to a soulmate relationship. So I help my clients with that. And on the health and well-being piece, when I was 16, I was borderline anorexic. And then after everything that happened in my life, being on the streets, I ate my life to destruction to my own detriment. And I went to a dress size 14. Hi, Antonio. Welcome to back to 8. So a lot of the other work that I'm doing right now in this current climate is helping my clients to get that balance. So when you're on the hustle, when you're on the 9 to 5, well, it's in theory 9 to 5, but you're constantly running. You are on that treadmill. You have deadlines to meet, and you don't have time to give to yourself, nourish yourself, and then you end up with fatigue. You end up with fluctuations in your weight. You end up with a lot of bloating. You end up with all sorts of other discomfort in your health and life. So that's the other group of people that I'm helping at the moment, other group of women that I'm helping at the moment to get that well-being, that total sense, without having to spend hours at the gym. So that's what I'm working on. So today I really wanted to do, today's the 1st of April, and I wanted to provide a free card pull for the month of April so that we can see what this month has in store for us. I was guided to do that, come up live last night. And I decided that, okay, we are starting a new month, and there has been a lot of up and down energy, which I personally have felt in my own life. Monday for me, for example, was absolutely emotional, dense, heavy. There was a lot of energy which was just weighing down on me. And I felt very, very emotional. I just let it all flow. Nothing was going right. I ordered a desk, which I, paid for the desk, everything, and then learned that they don't have it in stock for another month to, 6 weeks, and we don't even know if it's going to arrive. So that was one, but that was one of the minor things. I learned something else about a big change, and there has been a lot of change that I have been going through recently in my life. Another big change that is coming in the next few months, which was a total shock to me. Then my partner and I were supposed to be going to Phuket for my birthday coming up during Easter. And with everyone having their flight cancellations and getting credits, I have been battling to get my credit or refund for the last week and a half. I was on hold for more than 2.5 hours, and then I was told that, sorry, you've timed out, you have to start again. So there were lots of things happening, and a lot of those things happened all on Monday, and it was like, oh my gosh. And I was really missing my dad. My dad passed away in December. So, and if I think of Monday, I can't remember. I need to see what the date on Monday was. Just check my calendar. It was the 30th. So, yeah, it was, So, Dad passed away on the 28th of December. So there's been a lot of energy. And if you're feeling any of those things, I'm just sharing this with you that it's okay. We are all in it together, and that we are experiencing those highs and lows, and we need to navigate through it. And sometimes it can just get all too much. So be gentle with yourself, look after your family, be sensible and be sensitive, because everyone is feeling some level of emotion. If you haven't watched it, watch my top 9 tips for COVID-19. I did a live on that more than 2 weeks ago. I think all those things still apply. Hi, who's joining me live? Say good day. Tell me where you're joining from. I'm just providing a bit of an overview of what this week has been like for me and why I'm coming on live today. So yeah, which is why I wanted to jump on live today, show you what the month of April has in store for us. I think a lot of what people need right now is healing. And this is not this is not a deck that I usually use for my monthly readings. And I haven't been doing them recently, and I just go and follow intuition. That's what I do. Hi, Kaylee. How are you? Wow, Nebraska. I think you're the first person from Nebraska that has joined. I'm the founder of Being You. My name is Kripa. Welcome, welcome. I'm just pulling some cards because I know that the energy at the moment with people being in isolation, so much is going on. People are feeling highs, lows. Some people are really embracing and enjoying the period. Personally, for me, a lot of it has been, I'm so grateful for this time and space that the universe has provided to me. But I know and understand that it's not the same for everyone. People are in different situations and circumstances. People have lost their jobs. Some people are trying to cope to be with homeschooling children, tight time deadlines for work, trying to balance and juggle everything can be this time differently. Other people are using it for self-care, nurture, growth. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, what a beautiful comment. Thank you so much, Kelly. Really appreciate it. So I'm just here to spread the message of love, really, and that is what I do, and I do that in all my lives. I did a world meditation, which is free. It's on this page, Being You page. You can access it. It's a world prayer for love, and it was even before COVID-19 went to this level. So it was done probably few weeks ago. It's really interesting. So this is from the Healing with the Angels deck, and the first card that's come up is romance. And I think this romance is about romance with yourself. I think often what we don't, so in the month of April is actually a very passionate sign. It's a fire sign. I am born in April. My birthday is coming up soon. I'm so excited. In the month of April, think of romance. And when you think of romance, when I think of the Aries energy, when I think of the month of April, I think of how can I incorporate romance in my own life? Sometimes when we think of romance, we're always thinking of another person. But this is about how can you bring that spark with yourself? How can you create that magic? Have that, feeling of love for yourself? How can you create that space? Whether it's, even just having a nice cup of tea and a treat, or whether it is to have a little dance, or whether it is to take yourself on a date. I mean, Australia, we can still do takeaway. I know that that's not available everywhere, depending on where you are. You do have to follow the legislation, but how can you add that romance back? And I think this period is probably giving people a lot of opportunity to, how can you harness the relationship with your significant other? If you are in a relationship, how can you add that spark? How can you be more gentle, nurturing, rather than just thinking of, oh, let's just get this done and over with type of mentality. So encouraging you to have more romance, more love, more fun, more play in your relationship. And that's with yourself as well. So think about it. I'll see what else. Oops, few cards have just fallen. So, oh my gosh, I love this card. I love this card. Few cards just jumped right out. Wow, oh my gosh, we are in for a treat. So this is why I think I was guided to bring this deck. So the first card, the other card we have is manifestation. And this is what I personally have been working with my private clients. We are working on manifesting whether it is more love, more wealth, or well-being that they want to bring into their lives. So now we are in this period of solitude and isolation. It's a fantastic time to really tap into what is it that you need. What is it that you desire, and how can you bring and incorporate that in your life? So ask yourself this question today really deeply. What is it that you desire? What does 2020 look like for you? What does beyond 2020 look like for you? I know we're in a period at the moment where we're in lockdown, we can't move a lot, but this is the time where you have the space to really create the magic. So manifestation happens when we do stand still and we can let it go. So really, really ask yourself this, like, oh my goodness, I love how the angels just come through and all the cards just start flying. So really ask yourself, what is it that you want to manifest more of in your life? Is it more love? Is it more wealth? Is it better health? And what does that look like? And what are some things that you really sit and be honest with yourself, like, how can you bring that in your life? How can you make it part of your reality? That's what manifestation is all about. Wow, this is amazing. The next card that was with it, and I'm not kidding, all these cards fell on the floor and you saw that, right? New beginnings, of course. So we are in this period, and this is what I keep telling my private clients, is that what you do in this time will really determine what your future is going to look like. So if you use and channel the energy in the right areas and really focus and hone in, you are in for a treat, because your life will look so different in the next 12 to 18 months, because you would have essentially set in the intention, the roadmap, and taken actions to what you desire in the future. So really ask yourself that this time that you have at the moment, it's hand in hand with manifestation. Where do you want to create a different reality for yourself? Where do you want to have a jump start? Where do you want things to shift and be different when you come out of this? And how can you, what do you need to do now so that when you come out on the other side, you are equipped, you have the tools, you are able to have, as I said earlier, some of my clients that I'm working with, they want to incorporate more of that balance with their 9-to-5 grind. They're done with just being on that treadmill of constantly, the weeks and days and months and years ticking over. So what beginnings do you need in your life? Where do you want to have, whether it's spirituality, whether it's your passion, whether it's your creative project, how can you make it part of your day-to-day? This is not about saying throw the towel in. It's about, how can you transition if that's what you want, that's what you desire? Or whether it is better health, if you're really enjoying this me time, this solitude, being able to go for walks in nature, how can you incorporate that when you go back into reality? So what does that look like for you? What does that feel like for you? So really think about it. Or whether it is that you want to start, you want to be an entrepreneur. A lot of people are thinking of that. This time has given them, I want to be a conscious leader. How can I do that? Where do I start? So that's another different, that's completely different. So think of where in your life, what beginnings are you really hoping for, and what are some actions you can take. It's all about taking aligned action. Woo, 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 woo. And then we have this beautiful card of healing. Like seriously, these three cards really jumped out together at the same time. And it is just remarkable because healing at the moment, what is happening, all of us are going through a major shift and healing process. It's the universe's way of putting this major pause on our day-to-day noise and stuff that we get caught up with, the stories that really occupy our mind, our health, our thoughts, our actions. We've all gone into this respite period where we're going through a major healing process. And if you think about it, even Mother Nature is going through so much healing. Has anyone seen those photos of Venice, the canals clearing up, Beijing seeing blue skies? I mean, even the Mother Nature and Earth is going through a major healing and transformation process at the moment, and which is why we're in this pause, because we have been on this treadmill for so long. And we have been given so many signs to stop, but we haven't really paid attention to it. We haven't really taken it in. So this is the universe's way of really putting everything on a major pause so that we can allow our bodies, our well-being, our health, our relationships, Mother Nature, and everyone around us to really stop, nurture, and go back to basics. I mean, I'm talking to so many women who are loving to have that time to have a bath, loving the time to spend, to dance with their kids or just dance in general, loving the time to cook because they love cooking, but they're always so busy that they don't have time to cook, or loving the fact that they can do a little project. One of my really good friends, she is starting a little veggie patch. So, if you think about it, we're all going back to sustainable, old school ways of doing things rather than just being on this fast life. And yes, once we get back into it, it will be fast, but it's about what are the things you're enjoying and what is the healing that it's providing. Some people find that cooking and creating just is so healing and nourishing and feeds their soul. Other people like playing music, and now, at the moment, when you are stuck at home, you have the time to play your instrument, create magic, connect more with yourself. So we're all going through this major healing process at the moment. So really allow. Now I'm going to move into the abundance deck because I was called to pull some cards from the abundance deck because there's a lot of uncertainty around money and finances, particularly for those people who have lost their jobs or those that don't know what's coming their way. So let's see what the angels have to say. So 2 cards. So do the work. And I think we talked about this, if at the moment you're looking to create more abundance, really start to plant the seeds, really start to take aligned action. If it is if you want to focus on your passion, start working on it, create a plan. If you need help, if you need coaching, if you need training, start doing those things now, not when you get back into the hustle, back into the treadmill, and then you'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't use that time wisely. So make the most of this time that you have available to you and really, really do the work. And take aligned action. It's all, action is what creates it. If you don't take action, yes, you can manifest things, and what will happen is you can manifest, but it takes way longer. If you take aligned action, you are proactively telling the universe how much you want it. And the universe will help you. That's how it works. It's the universal law of attraction. So if you want to attract more of something, do the work. What is it? Whether it's your pet project, whether it's your passion, whether it's the veggie garden, whether it's to create natural products, or whether it's to become a healer or a coach, whatever it is, take aligned action, do the work. You have the time at the moment. So usually we make the excuse, I don't have enough time. At the moment, we have time. So take the action and abundance will flow. Successful funding. Isn't this amazing and very interesting? Because at the moment, a lot of governments are providing support. Mortgages are on pause, or people are getting more line of credit. reduced rates. People are getting interest free. There has been a freeze in terms of being able to increase rental during this period. So there's a lot of compassion and help available out there. So if you are looking to start a business, think of ways whether you can, depending on what your interest is, think of where you can get funding. Are there leaders ready and waiting to invest? Tap into those resources that are available to you. There are lots of people that have a lot of money. So even in these times, they're really looking to help people. So see if you know of people that are out there that are interested in your project. Talk to them about it. You might surprise yourself and be getting funding. At the moment, the banks, everyone is exercising a lot of compassion. So really think of how you can make this work in your favor. So abundance is infinite. We come from this scarcity mindset, but it really truly is, we are blessed with abundance. And the final deck, this is a new deck that I bought for a divine client. And because of the times we're in at the moment, I just wanted to pull out one card from this deck and see what's coming up for everyone watching. If you are watching the replay, please give me a hashtag replay. If the messages are resonating, please share your thoughts, because that's what this is all about. It's about, sharing, nurturing. This is the reading for the month of April, so that we can really see what's in store for us and how can we prepare and harness. Today's the 1st of April here in Australia. Depending on where you are in the world, you might not have hit 1st of April yet, but this reading that I'm doing is for this month, really to support and nurture you on your journey. And I think I've got the card. Wow. So the card we have, I don't know if you can see it, it's beautiful. It's saying creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Oh my God, I am getting chills as I see the image. Look at the image. It is just so sensational. And if you can see that it's all clear crystal water. The nature is lush. The sun, everything, the sun setting in the background. It is just so divine, lush, and so healing and grounding. I can just feel it in every cell of my being. This is saying creating heaven on earth, and it's happening, and it is happening right now. If you think about what I said earlier, if you haven't seen the images of the canals in Venice, all the nature that's regenerating so quickly. The other day I was watching someone who was in Adelaide, and they said that, oh my gosh, it's so lush and green after this massive spell of dryness that was there during summer. It's so nice to see nature spring back. And that's what is happening right now, because all factories, the level of pollution, Beijing has clear skies. After such a long time, people are blessed to see clear skies. And some of these things we take for granted, because depending on where you live, in which countries you're in, you may always be blessed to see clear skies, but not everyone is that fortunate, because, there might be a lot of production. I mean, I went to a wellness retreat in Hunter Valley, and I just saw those coal mines putting all this smoke and pollution back into nature amongst all these national forests, and I was like, oh my God, this is not good. So at the moment, with that pause, nature has allowed time to regenerate, and this is the same pause we're getting in our lives. So make the most of this pause. Really nourish and nurture yourself. Look after yourself. Look after your bodies. Eat good, healthy, nutritious food. Have a lot of rest. Make time for self-love and self-care. Make time for quality time with your family, your pets, your friends. Still keep the connection, and really, really top your energy levels up, because after this, it's going to be madness and mayhem. So make the most of this respite. This is the last card that I had for today. I really hope you enjoyed the April forecast and reading. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. And I see you, I hear you, I value you. If you want to have a free chat with me, I'm offering lots of free chats and offers at the moment, just to support the local community that, really is interested in learning more about the work I do and how I can support you. Head to beingyou11.com. I personally would love to hear where you're at and how I can help you to shift to the next level. I'm working with some incredible women at the moment, and it is so nourishing and satisfying to my soul. and I really look forward to connecting with you. So you can book a free 30-minute chat with me on beingyou11.com. And I wish you a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, wherever you might be in the world. And I will speak to you all soon. Blessings and love. Bye.